Welcome to driver training. In this video we're going to teach you how to deal with the lime kiln roundabout at Priorslee. That's the one coming from Donington, Asda, over towards the M54. So as you can see at this point we're coming down towards our roundabout and we're going to go right, third exit. Now, the first thing that we want to bring out is this thing on the right. I'm not sure why it's there. Perhaps it's been put there so if you've got family or friends doing their shopping in Asda, you can sit there and wait and watch the world go by. Perhaps it's a new Telford tourist spot, who knows. So we're going right at the roundabout, third exit. Now, the first thing that people get wrong when they're doing this route is, at this point, quite rightly, they're doing mirrors and signal to the left. But because they're doing their mirrors, they tend to miss the two very big change of speed limit signs. So at this point, our speed limit changes to 50 miles an hour. And because generally people are doing their centre and left mirror, they tend to miss these and then stay at 30 all the way up this road. The next point that people get wrong is at this point. We've got two change of speed limit signs again to 40 miles an hour. And again, if you've just zoned out for a couple of seconds, before you know it, you're going through a 40 mile an hour sign at 50. And of course, on your test, that's an instant fail. So we carry on through. Now on the right, can you see the board telling us that the traffic off the roundabout is going to filter in and it's going to run parallel in that right-hand lane. But a lot of the time, the cars coming off in the right-hand lane may want to swap back to the left lane. So it's really important just to keep an eye on any traffic and if it has their signal on or not to change lanes. So here we are coming up to Lime Kiln Roundabout. Now as we look down at the road markings ahead, we can see that this road opens up into 3 lanes. Now that's going to be really important as we go around this roundabout. Now it tells us if we're going straight ahead, second exit, which we are, then we can either use the left lane or the middle lane. So on your test, you are able to use both, but there are downfalls in using both of these lanes. So let's have a look with the driver training drone then. So here's our 3 lanes on the roundabout. Now, as we go round, we know potentially there's going to be 3 cars going at the same time. So here we can see the left lane, the middle lane, and the right lane. And as you can see, you're all going to be in very close proximity to each other. So it becomes really important to follow your lane and not to cross the white lines. Not only because if there's something there, potentially you're going to hit it. And ultimately, if you've changed lanes and it wasn't safe, it's going to be your fault. But secondly, if it is clear and you do it anyway without checking mirrors and signal, then it's an automatic fail. As the next 3 cars go round, pay attention to the car in the left and the middle lane, because that's what we'll need to do. So as we zoom in, can you see how the car in the left lane is staying really close to that left curb all the way round? And that way he's staying within the white line and not coming close to the car in the middle lane. The car in the middle lane is doing the same, and they are nowhere near that car on the right. So it stays by the curb all the way round, and they all go off without incident. That's what we want to try and do, not only for the driving test, but when we're driving in general. And that way it makes us a much safer driver. Let me show you a couple of instances where people don't do that. So this is the first one. Now as we look down at the car, can you see it's come up in the left-hand lane, but it's clearly already going into the middle lane. Why is that such an issue? Well, let me show you. If you look at the white van coming up, that white van is in the left-hand lane, but you can see from the position he's going to drive across into the middle lane. Now what that means is the vehicle at the side of him that should be in the middle lane, they are going to get pushed across into the lane next to them. And as there's a third vehicle there which could be in the right lane, potentially either someone is going to have an accident or they're going to force another car to hit the brakes and slow down. And that's what we see here. This car in the middle lane is already being forced over into the right-hand lane. Thankfully, the blue car in the right lane is holding back, giving them the gap to do it. But if they were all level as they went round, suddenly there's going to be a load of horns going, or somebody hitting the brakes, or even worse, a potential accident in this situation. As they go round, I'm not sure if that car in the middle blew their horn, but the van suddenly moves back into the left lane, so that may well have happened. Now, talking of lane position, while we're on here, I just want to note that coming round the roundabout from the opposite direction, those same rules apply. So if you look in the top right, there's a van approaching. Now they're going right, so they need to stay in this lane. It will lead them round into the exit that they want to go. However, the car at the side of them is approaching in the left lane, but what they're going to do is shortcut the roundabout, straight line it. They should be following this lane all the way round. But as we get to that situation, what you'll see them do is take the shortest line across, which is called straight lining it. Do you notice now they're going into the right-hand lane, which then cuts across in front of the van and means that van now can't follow their lane. They have to go over the hatched white markings. So this is why on a lane roundabout, it is very important to just follow the lane. That's how they're designed, that if you're not sure how to get to your exit, you stay in the lane, you follow it, and it takes you exactly to where you need to go. Let's just see how common that actually is. Now the car coming up from the bottom is in the left-hand lane, and it's just going to take the shortest line across into the middle lane. And the blue car, well, he's kind of in both lanes on approach. So again, this is something you need to be aware of when you're approaching this roundabout, either on your driving lessons or if you get in private practice. Now, if you look to the bottom right of your screen, you're going to see a car coming up, this blue car. Now what he's doing is going right, third exit. So he needs to stay in the lane that he's in and follow it round. However, if you look at the yellow lorry that's in the top of your screen there, he either guesses wrong as to where the car's going or doesn't realise how fast, makes the car slow down. So again, if you're coming round that roundabout, especially in that left lane, you have to be aware that vehicles may not realise you're coming all the way round and start to pull out on you like that lorry did there. So let's go back to our left lane scenario then. So we're approaching in the left lane. We now know we've got to follow that curb on the left, stay really close to it and hug it all the way around. So the first thing we want to do then is look at where that curb is going, because we've got to follow it. Then as we come round, we can look for the lane markings and we can see how they lead us towards that next left curb. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we don't cross that white line as we come round. Now we're looking for the next curb, because again, we want to aim towards it, which is over by the pedestrian. And we know that by following that curb round, again, it's going to keep us in the lane we need to be in. That way, we don't end up straight lining the roundabout. Now, as we come off, there are two things to be aware of. The first is the crossing changing, but the second is the sign on the right there, which tells us these two lanes are going to go into one lane just after this crossing. So it's important to be aware of that. If we're in the left lane, we need to be aware of cars trying to overtake us as we approach that. If they are going for it, just let them go. But this is where the problem with being in the middle lane comes in. It means as you come off the roundabout, you're going to come off in the right-hand lane. Now, if there are vehicles coming down quicker than you or who are more confident than you, they're going to get into the left lane, and although they shouldn't, they'll probably try and undertake you to get past you if you're going quite slowly. Therefore, if you're in the middle lane, which has now become the right-hand lane, at this point you've got to be checking the centre and left mirror to decide if it is safe to come back over, or if you've got cars coming up the inside of you, is it safer to come off the gas, let them go, and then carry on? So this is why we said at the beginning, it just depends on what lane you feel more comfortable with. So we hope this has helped you understand the Lime Kiln roundabout a little more. My name's Chris from Driver Training Limited. Don't forget to leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to our channel for more useful hints and tips. So remember, drive safely, keep well, and we'll see you all again in our next video.